What's the song even called?
Oh, man. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, Mom's Spaghetti.
Ready. Mom's Spaghetti. Raw spaghetti. Lose Yourself?
Why are you trying to make the pop punk version of Lose Yourself?
That's a fair question. You love pop punk. I got this microphone in my hand. I only know one thing to do, and that's lose yourself.
Yeah.
I may have lost myself in the moment. You own it. Better never let it go.
No one knew you can rhyme like this.
See? It's just facts.
Yeah. Well,
Here we are. You only get one shot.
welcome back. It's a brand new episode of Laugh With Me. I am your host, Jeremy Odem. We are your number one comedy podcast that broadcasts out of Gretna, Nebraska. That's us, man, and we are back for another episode. It's our 12th episode. We have our first ever returning guest. You heard him in the previous episode titled Pepper Spray Attack Survivor. You've seen him in grocery stores all across the Midwest. He's my brother. Kyle's back to tell more stories. We had him live in studio over the weekend for Thanksgiving. Saw the family, had some laughs, and him and I sat down to talk about it. He was a little worked up over a Twitter exchange back and forth we had about a week ago, where I was giving some crap to a producer who was upset that he couldn't watch a certain movie on streaming, and the physical copy, I guess, wasn't available. I didn't know that, so I gave the quick. Does he not know what Amazon is? And Kyle came right back at me and told me his story about how, you know what, Jeremy, not everything's available in physical media, and that's the problem. I called his bluff. I was wrong. And we ended up having a good discussion about it. I think you guys will enjoy. And then, in the end, we ended up watching The Simpsons. But there's a point to it all, and we will get to it. Kyle's back for another episode. It was a lot of fun. And I don't know that there's a topic we don't discuss. So please enjoy. It's a long one, but it's a fun one. It's a brand new episode of Laugh With Me with special guest Kyle Odem.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
I'm back on the show.
This is Kyle. Yeah, welcome back. You were the first guest of the show. You are now the second in-studio guest. How's that make you feel?
It feels very good. It's nice. This is a pretty fancy studio. We're all soundproofed in, and I feel good about it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, no, you. It just kind of happened by chance because you're visiting. Because it's Thanksgiving.
It's true. We made it. We made the travels to Omaha. We're here.
And we had zero plans to do a show, but
yeah,
you, like a week ago, even less than a week ago, we were having a back and forth debate on Twitter, and I was like, this is perfect to talk about on the podcast. And you were like, yeah, we'd love to talk about it on the podcast. And I'm like, cool, tomorrow. And you're like, what if we waited till after Thanksgiving? I'm like, you're right, because you're so busy. So how about we do that? So here we are. It's the day after Thanksgiving.
No, some of us are busy. Well, you
I'm
can't
busy.
just hate on me.
I'm busy.
Some of us are actually just busy.
We're all busy. We're all living in busy worlds.
It's
but
true.
You're the busiest of them all. So we waited. We waited days to have this very important discussion.
We did.
And anybody who follows any one of us on the Twitter knows what this discussion is, and that it's relevant to today's world.
Yeah.
That physical media is not very available to the consumer anymore. And the worst part of it is, yes, you can't get everything on physical media, and we're talking about like movies. You also can't get it all on streaming, which is the biggest problem.
It's true.
So kind of walk us through how we got here.
All right. We got here because all 13 of our Twitter followers understand this. So you said something that made me very angry, as you do often.
Like 600. That's it's better than 13.
The bots don't count. We're at 13. So,
Elon's getting rid of the bots. I like to think that 600 is legit.
No, it's 13 for sure. For sure. So here's you. Okay. So this person, they tweeted that they're trying to watch Hush, right? Which is awesome. Fantastic movie. Very
Sounds
tense. It's like basically one setting. They're in a house. This lady's deaf. The killer is like, on the outside trying to get in. What's going to happen? Then he's in, but she's deaf. She can't hear. Anyway, it's great. Okay. One of my favorite modern directors, Mike Flanagan. And she's like, I tried to watch this movie. I went to Netflix. It's gone. Movie was never released, physically. You can't buy it. You can't find it on any other streaming service. Can't buy it digitally. Can't rent it. It's just gone. It's gone. Yeah. From one of like the modern masters, Mike Flanagan. And you quote tweeted it like, sucks to be you or something like that.
Yeah, like I had a snarky, like, because you've never heard of Amazon. Like you can get whatever you need. And that's how I felt in the moment. I read the tweet. That's what's beautiful about social media is you can see something and not think it through and just tell people how you feel. Like that's
actually what's terrible.
And that's exactly and that's exactly what I did in this moment, right? You immediately jumped on it and you're like, yeah, go find this movie, which I did within seconds. I sent you, took me 5 seconds, found it on Amazon, blah, blah, blah. And you instantly were like, yeah, send me that link. And I knew immediately I was wrong.
It's the wrong movie.
As soon as you questioned the link, I knew I had the wrong movie. And I did. I sent you it. It was the wrong movie.
You did.
And the actual movie in question can't be found anywhere.
No. Which is awful. Which is the entire problem. So it's like a 2-part thing, right? Like one, so your guest, I don't know how many weeks back, Grant, me and him are on the same page here, and that physical media is important.
And that you need entire storage rooms full of DVDs.
If that's your thing, great.
That's your thing, but it's his son I'm worried about, who when Grant's dead, this poor kid is going to have to somehow move literal tons of physical DVDs out of his basement.
Here's what you don't understand. Grant is rich as hell. So he's going to hire movers, and the movers are going to move the DVDs.
All right, that's fair.
And it's going to be great.
That's
okay?
fair. Life insurance.
Moral of the story, it's important to be able to, not only are you owning the movie, right? Not only is it like, hey, I can watch this movie whenever I want, okay? But it's like you're supporting the people who put so much into that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, like, kind of like you streaming artists right now. I mean, you don't see, I talk about musicians. You don't see, like, take Motley Crue, for instance, right? I mean, you wouldn't really see a Motley Crue right now. Like, how much does it take for somebody to blow up to take over the world? Or Metallica, right? How much does it take for somebody
Kelly.
Machine Gun Kelly. How much does it take for somebody to take over the world, right? In today's age, in which streaming pays you, I don't know,
pennies, like literal pennies. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's like you don't really get that. Whereas, you buy an album, you buy, if CD's your thing, cassette's your thing, whatever, you buy that. You buy an autographed thing, you buy a shirt at the show. You're supporting that artist and everything they put into it. Same thing with physical media, DVDs, Blu-rays. You're supporting that artist and everything they put into it. Meanwhile, streamers are just deleting this stuff from their platforms, not releasing it physically, just kind of willy-nilly. And it's very frustrating for these people that put a lot into it and for those of us who appreciate that.
I will say, after we had the back and forth, we had the discussion, I realized I was wrong. And I told you, I think I told you this. If I didn't, I'm telling you right now. But I also realized it at a personal level because one of my favorite TV shows is not available to be streamed anywhere. The show Las Vegas, you can't stream that anywhere. Occasionally, around this time of year, it'll pop up on like a TNT or like somewhere, and they'll marathon it for a weekend, and it's great. And I'll drop in all weekend long to watch everything that I can.
Got to.
But you can't stream it anywhere. You have to find the physical media. But Las Vegas is not a TV show that is available on physical media just anywhere. Like you have to find it now at like any. Like those stores where you sell back, like half-price books and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, love those stores.
Anytime I go to a store like that and I go to the used DVDs, that's what I'm looking for. I'm like, all right, do you have like season 2? Like I'm looking for Las Vegas on DVD, and it's very difficult to find, and I have still yet to find the complete series. But man, I love that show.
You're living this thing.
Yeah, I'm living
and
it.
yet still just snarky tweeting away.
Oh yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
You're the devil.
Isn't that what's great about social media?
No.
That you can live in the moment and just say what's on your mind in that moment, even though if you really took a breath and thought about what was being said, you would probably relate to them. But
it's terrible.
No, in social media, you can just say whatever the hell you want to say in that moment. Isn't that
awful.
That's what's great about it, honestly.
It's awful. There could be so many Las Vegas fans right now, but no one has seen the show.
Oh.
It's just like Halloween 3, people hated it. It would never have built the following it has now. But now people love it.
Yeah.
Exorcist 3, now people love it.
I'll tell you what.
Las Vegas.
If people would have watched Las Vegas when it was first on NBC,
See?
it would have finally had the conclusion it deserved, because it was supposed to end. It ended on a cliffhanger. This series ended on a cliffhanger because there was supposed to be like a movie that came after it, whether it was a TV movie, probably a TV movie or whatever it was. But the series ended. They just ended it all together. Like,
Just
there was
end
never a
abruptly?
conclusion.
Oh.
So the story, there's still a cliffhanger out there. Like, we don't know how the story's supposed to end, but I'm pretty sure one of the main actors died.
Oh, like in real life?
Yeah, like in real life. Yeah, not make believe. I'm pretty sure one of the actors is dead.
It's not good.
So
It's not a good way to end a show.
James Caan, is he dead? Johnny, can you look that up, please? Is
Johnny.
James
Johnny.
dead? Because that would be the big thing. If he's not available to be on the show, he was like one of the main guys, but I don't know.
So I've never heard of this show. I don't know that it exists.
No, the show definitely exists. It was on NBC for years and years and years, and it was like one of my favorite shows. It was like,
oh, he did die.
he did Johnny.
Johnny, thank you. He's putting up on the screen July 6th, 2022. Wow.
That makes sense.
That was a bit ago.
I knew it was recent. That was last year.
Year and a
actually.
half, yeah.
Not a bit ago. That was last year.
Almost.
That's a recent death.
Almost not last year,
That's
though. We're like a
still
month away.
Close enough. Oh, so less than a year ago? That's
No, a
still,
year and a
we're
half.
in mourning. Oh, year and a half.
You're never not in mourning. You got excited to be in mourning, though.
I was.
You were like, I will grieve this shit to the death.
Nothing better
Oh,
than
my
being
gosh.
in that mourning period, because then who knows?
I don't know what to tell you. You could still be in mourning if you would like to. That helps with the Las Vegas situation.
I'm still in mourning over the Padres owner.
Ugh.
You can't even. The beauty of it is, yeah, the 2023 San Diego Padres baseball season was disappointing and we didn't meet expectations, but you can't really talk about that right now. Our owner just died. So really, you kind of just have to mourn the owner and celebrate his life and everything he brought to the franchise and get ready for 2024. So it kind of helped. I mean,
It's true.
when you really think about the disappointment of the season. So
Yeah, just got to get ready to lose Soto.
That's kinda
and
where I'm at.
Move on, I guess.
Soto's not going anywhere. But
Yeah, just
what was that other show? Slenderman?
Slender Man, Empty Man,
Empty Man.
Empty Man.
That's what it was.
Yeah, you know about the Empty Man?
Well, I know. I know about it. Yes, just from like the promo picture.
Oh, it's great.
Looked like a scary movie, but what I don't know is the story behind the show itself being available. But I know you've had issues with it.
So many issues. Listen, so Empty Man, right? It's COVID. Ain't nobody leaving their house, okay? Except for we were essential.
I'll say we went. To
We
work.
were leaving. We
We're
were at work.
essential.
We were superheroes.
Yeah.
People loved us. They're
There
like,
was-
"Do you got eggs?" We're like, "We sure do." Do
There
you
was
want eggs?
not a period in my life that I wasn't more important was
Dude.
during COVID. Are you kidding me?
Absolutely.
People said, "Oh, you sack groceries for a living?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do. It's COVID. I'm going to work." And they're like, "Oh, thank you." Before that time, they were laughing at me. Get a real job. Oh, sacking groceries for a living. Why didn't you ever amount to anything, Jeremy? No, not when COVID broke.
Nope.
Not when that shit came out of the factory. Then it was, "Oh, Jeremy, we need you. We need to eat. Go to work." Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Every day.
You too. You went to work.
Every day.
Yep.
Every day.
Yep. If you want to hear more about that, Listen to what was the episode of the archives? What was the last episode you were?
We were on
Pepper
one
spray
of the
attack survivor.
episodes.
Pepper spray
for
attack
sure.
survivor was
Yeah.
the other episode Kyle was on. Go back. We've got some stories from COVID times.
Get
in
back there. Episode, Johnny, cut it in there. Episode something or
3.
other.
That would be
Yep.
episode 3. Thanks, Johnny.
So that was
But-
good.
Yep. Very essential. I'll never forget that.
What were we talking about?
Oh,
We're essential. Empty Man. Empty Man.
Empty Man.
So the Empty Man, height of COVID, okay? HBO Max at the time, as it was called, right? And not stupid Max, which takes away HBO, which is iconic. but
God,
it's
that's like a
fine.
whole. We'll get into that.
It's a whole.
Good-
We will.
Yeah.
We will. We'll follow up. We'll
Because
follow up.
I'm very. I got an opinion.
Oh, now you got an opinion. Okay, he hates physical media. He loves snarky tweets about shit he doesn't agree with anyway. But
I agreed I was
here
wrong.
we are.
I
We're
agreed
fine.
I was wrong.
We're moving on. We're moving forward. So we're moving forward. So height of COVID, HBO Max releases a movie called Empty Man to no fanfare, whatever. Okay, it gets out. Some people watch it. Not a lot of people watch it. It kind of quietly does its own thing. Okay, it like slowly builds because it's not one of those like Smile, where you got all these promos and it's great and it's an easy hook. Hey, you smile and then you die. Great. We move on. It's very smart. Like you have to pay attention. You can't be on your phone during this movie. It's incredible. Fantastic movie. But Max kicks it off its streaming service, never to be found again. Fortunately, somehow that one did make its way to Vudu and Amazon Prime or whatever. So I bought it there, but it never got a physical release. So if Vudu or Amazon decides we're done, then I just will never see it again, I guess, which is awful. Awful feeling.
Name one movie that's made for you to sit on your phone and play around the whole time.
Are you kidding me? That's what people do. That's
I know
what
that's
people
what people do.
Yes.
But name one movie that's made with the intentions for you to just play on your phone the whole time.
Any Dane Cook movie.
Oh shit! Are we?
We just
You
got
really?
there.
You're just coming at me.
We
That's a
just
straight
got
shot to the heart. I love Dane Cook.
We got there. I'm just saying, you can watch Employee of the Month
Employee
with
of
your
the
phone
Month.
in hand.
No, if you've
just
seen
scrolling.
it, maybe. But
Just
if you haven't
Facebook.
seen it, you're enthralled in the.
Happy birthday, Julie. Don't know what's going on the screen. I'll laugh once in a while. It's great. No, Empty
No.
Man, you're paying attention.
First of all, nobody's saving the happy birthday messages on Facebook for when you're watching a movie that happens on the toilet. First of all. Second of all, Employee of the Month, great movie. You and I both can relate to the story itself, not because of the, being Employee of the Month. Have you ever been Employee of the Month?
No, not at all.
Me neither.
No,
but
never.
the concept of being within the store,
Yep.
Itself, the
I've
grocery
been in a
store.
store.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. There was some relatable topics there, but what a great movie. What a
Yeah,
great
I don't know
film.
about great.
Jessica Simpson wasn't good.
She got the big ears in that one
She did have the
scene.
big ears.
I love
Spoiler
that.
alert. Sorry
Yeah,
for everybody.
sorry, kids.
But what a great movie. Anyways, back to what you're talking about. I've never seen the movie, but I have seen it like teased. I remember it being teased on HBO Max.
Okay.
And I remember thinking, I should check this out.
You didn't.
And then I remember asking you about it,
your
and then
fault.
you went on a rant,
This whole thing
which
is your fault.
was probably just what you just told me, and I moved on. But I'd like to check out the movie sometime.
You got to watch. See, I wish I could let you borrow it, and then you could watch it. I can't.
Yeah.
Because it's digital. It's
an issue.
terrible.
Yeah,
So,
that's like, it's disappointing because it wasn't that long ago that you had cable, and the dream was to have an a la carte, where
It's
you
true.
could pick and
It's true.
choose what you want to watch
yeah,
and have it all at the moment, have it at your fingertips.
it's a true story.
And then the world made that possible, and it was like, here is HBO, here is ESPN, here's NBC's property, and then they had to make that hard.
Yeah.
And now, not only financially does it make 0 sense to have all the streamers, all the different ones.
Yeah.
You could just have cable and watch what you want to watch. Now you can't even have access to all the things that are made, which I think that was kind of the point in the
That
first
was.
place. It's like, all right, I'm going to get Disney Plus. I should have access to everything that Disney's ever made.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just not,
Just don't, though.
not the truth. I mean, there's just no way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
We didn't think there was cons to this whole thing. It
At
was
the
all
same time-
pros.
The movie industry had the superhero movies. They had the Marvel movies, and they were booming. and they were incredible, and the story was incredible. And then here comes little Disney Plus, and it's like, oh yeah, I got your movies, I got your Marvel, I got your Iron Man. I also have 13 other TV shows you might want to watch before you watch the next Iron Man, because otherwise you might be lost.
It's too much.
And now it's made the Marvel movies really, really bad.
Absolutely. It's too much.
Why do we have so much?
We got too much. That's like Star Wars. The Star Wars peeps were like, I need Star Wars. Yeah, you got too much Star Wars. We call that too much cake. It's like it's your birthday. You're eating the cake. You're like, I love every minute of this. You get cake every day. Cake's not special. It's terrible. It's too much cake.
Oh, man.
That's what you're getting.
I think you're right. There is too much cake. I love leftovers, but you can only have that for so long, right? Before we move on to the next thing.
And get this. You didn't know about this because you don't care. Listen. Physical media, right? I love Simpsons, one of my favorite shows of all time.
Yeah.
Okay. You get on the Disney Plus.
I knew that, if that was your point. I knew that The Simpsons was one of your favorite shows.
Listen, you get on the Disney Plus, which has all the Simpsons, right?
Yep.
Okay, it's great. You get up on there, you hit play, all the ratios are jacked up. Your screen is stretched out and weird, and part of the screen's cut off. It's terrible. You pop in your Simpsons DVD, life's great. So,
can you fix that?
No, that's Disney Plus. That's what they screwed it all up.
I didn't know that.
I know you didn't, because you don't care about the struggle of the real people. Just living their life.
All right. I'm gonna turn on Disney Plus.
Okay. Sounds great.
on the TV. Johnny, can you turn on Disney Plus?
Oh, catastrophe. What is going? I just saw sparks fly. Where's Johnny? Johnny! Somebody shut this down.
No, we ain't ever stopping.
What is happening?
I'm gonna turn on. I didn't know what you were talking about. I want to know.
Yeah, it's so you're
turn
watching it. It's okay. Get ready.
I understand ratio. I'm just saying I don't.
I don't think you do. I'm just for the record.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, you need a remote.
All right. I got a remote.
This just in.
Where's Disney? Why is it dark?
Just Jeremy does not
it's
understand remote capabilities here. He's like, laugh with me. Watch me try to use a remote. Please help.
That's when this show finally makes it to video.
We need the video.
It'll just be me trying to handle a remote. They're like, oh man, he looks so young. Why does he act like he's 50?
What's going on here?
He really doesn't understand how to handle a remote.
It all makes sense.
Yep.
It's a real thing.
I'm not old.
Well,
but I'm old enough that all my medicine has its own TV.
So we have parents, and they were here, and I believe one of them called you old as hell today.
Yeah.
So,
what's up with that?
I don't know.
Did Dad say that?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. He's like, this kid old as hell.
Does
I'm
he
like, that's
listen-
your own kid.
Does
and he's
he
like,
listen
I
to
get
the
it.
show?
That's a fair question.
Because I got a lot to say if he doesn't.
That's a
If he does, Dad, I love you.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I don't think he does, but I don't know if it's worth gambling.
I don't know that he can work out the apps.
It's Christmas time. I don't know if it's worth it.
I don't think it's a thing.
So I'm logging in here.
All right, we're getting into the Disney Plus.
Yep.
You know how you got a bunch of apps, you got a bunch of passwords. We can't figure out a password here, folks.
Johnny, come on, brother.
It's like Soto is a Yankee 1-2-3.
Soto
That's
is
the
never
password
going to
here.
be Yankee.
That's what we're dealing with.
Here's the thing. I don't know if that's my password, but we're going to... Oh, we're validated. All right. We are in. Okay, so Simpsons. And I'm gonna.
You got to do one of the early, like season 1, 2, or 3. Like go season. No, don't go 1. 1's kind of jacked up
You
anyway.
literally
2 or 3.
said 1.
Well, I didn't mean to. All right.
Did you? Not 2? Go 3?
Go whatever.
All right.
Go whatever.
Season 3. Wait, am I in season 1?
You went episode 3.
See, and I thought.
Which
All right,
you're kind of you're old as hell. We've established, so I was just gonna let it slide. It's fine.
Okay, we've got Mr. Lisa Goes to Washington, episode 1, season 3.
Yep.
Okay.
This is gonna be great.
Yeah. Hope
Okay, so you see this? Okay.
Yep, it looks good to me. It's The Simpsons.
Because you're broken. You're telling me, okay, immediately that's not what I'm used to. That's not what I'm used to at all. All of this stuff is far larger and in my face than it ever has been. Look at that.
Yeah, it is not as like sharp. I'll give you that, but it filled the screen.
That's what I'm telling you, though.
I think it's a matter of preference now because I would prefer it to fill the screen.
No, but listen. Okay, by quote unquote filling the screen, you're missing out on a ton of stuff that's going on around that these artists work so hard to make sure that like this is the scene we want you to see. You can't even see that. You're just seeing whatever fills your screen.
I see all 5 members of the Simpson family. What am I missing here?
Jeremy, you're a terrible person. You're not seeing. Look, you can't even see the top of Maggie's head. You're not seeing.
Oh, are you
what
telling me in the original you would be able to see the top of Maggie's head?
100%. You could see a lot. You could see the left, right, and top more of what you're seeing right now.
All right.
Absolutely.
So now my next question is there any way to change that? So I'm going... It just has audio, subtitles, info.
Huh. Well, that was a really quick answer. That was wild.
Yeah, you're right.
Turns out we're stuck with this bastardized version of this show that we all love. That's what I'm telling you. It's a real struggle.
All right. Well, you proved your point.
See?
I get what you're saying. So
You're welcome, America.
So is this a Disney Plus problem, or is this like every streamer has this issue that you've seen?
It's very big on the Disney Plus, but I think it is kind of I don't want to say every streamer because I don't follow all the streamers, but I think it's a thing. I think these companies don't really care about maintaining the quality of what they put out. It's just kind of, what can I get? How do I throw it on my thing as
Owning
quick
a
as
license
possible?
and going.
Yep, absolutely.
Dang.
Bunch of crap.
Now, would you care as much if it had everything? So if like the shows or the movies you were looking for, like Hush or was it Slenderman? Why do I keep saying Slenderman? Empty Man.
They're very similar though. It is kind of
They
that same
are.
idea.
They look the same.
It's similar idea.
That must be why. But when you are looking for that and you can't, and it's a problem. Let's say they were all available and it was just, here's what you get. At least you get it. Would it matter as much?
Well, I mean, obviously I'd rather have a crappy version of something than nothing at all.
Okay.
But at the same point, like, dude, these people work hard. Like, give us what they created. How hard is that?
Right.
Give us what they created. Show us that.
So to that point,
Yeah.
I'm going to throw a curveball at you.
What you got?
Christopher Nolan created the masterpiece Oppenheimer.
Okay.
That movie was made to be seen on the biggest screen you've ever seen.
100%.
Okay, the IMAX preferably, and a certain type of film.
It's true.
So is this a movie that should be available to even be watched on your phone?
Well, fair point. Fair point.
So if we're watching it the way the artist intended, that one should only be available in theaters.
All right. So here's where you're wrong. Okay, in that the artist puts it out. And it stayed in theaters for as long as it possibly could, right? He made sure of that. And he got as many IMAX screens as he could, okay? And then at the end of the day, you want people to see your movie. So, yep, then it's going to go out, and then it's in the hands of the people. But I guarantee you that the aspect ratio, will be intact in whatever format you try to watch it in. Hopefully you don't watch it on your phone.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah, dang right it is.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, that was essentially the debate we had on Twitter, but there was like three tweets before I said, Kyle, you got to come on the show. And he's like,
It's very frustrating.
I'm so tired. I don't know. I've got so much going on.
Busy guy. As we all are.
How was the last week? I mean,
It is
it's
crazy.
Thanksgiving. I mean, you got any like crazy stories that happened at the store or anything that happened there?
It's Thanksgiving. Nothing crazy. Just kind of people buy weird things around Thanksgiving. I mean, they're looking for like turkey necks and stuff, and giblets and just some weird stuff you're not usually looking for. They're like people. So they got folks coming over, so they're like buying different light bulbs. It's like they haven't looked at their lights for years. They're asking questions they don't typically ask.
Like the lights are out?
Yeah. We sell a lot of light bulbs around the holidays because they got folks coming over and they finally look up around their house and like, oh, shoot, we got 6 lights out. So then they buy a lot of light bulbs. But
man,
I know. And they're buying the dang turkeys because they're always buying the turkeys. But yeah, dude. Thanksgiving.
I mean, if they wanted the giblets, tell those people to go raise a turkey.
I've tried that, actually. Here's the deal. A lot of turkeys. How many turkeys do you think get, like, sold every Thanksgiving in America? We got to figure. That's got to be.
I think Johnny. I was say Johnny could probably have that in seconds.
Where are you at?
That's the thing is there's a lot of turkeys sold in America. It's kind of a big deal, but it does always amaze me when you get, like in our business, you get to Halloween, and then as soon as Halloween's over, it's like, okay, here comes the pallets and pallets and pallets of turkeys.
Oh, yeah.
And it's overwhelming. And it's like, will we sell all these turkeys? And honestly, if you don't sell them within the first 2 weeks in November, you start to get a little worried because it takes, a week and a half to thaw that thing.
It's true.
Yeah. Hey, Johnny, so how many turkeys? 46 million turkeys are sold
that's a lot
in
of turkeys.
America every single season. So, and this is the thing that people don't realize. Those turkeys are pre-ordered a year out by the retailers that are buying those turkeys. So, turkeys today are being prepped for your Thanksgiving for next year.
It's just crazy.
46 million. Where are these at?
But here's what I want to know. How many of those turkeys are used for turkey bowling? You ever done the turkey bowling? You got a whole ass grocery store to yourself. You're like, I better set up some 2 liters and go turkey bowling.
So you're... First of
saying.
all, there's only a small handful of folks who have ever had a whole grocery store to themselves.
That's true. That's fair.
When the grocery store closes for a day, it is available to some people. And yeah, there's some turkey bowling. I don't know that I've ever turkey bowled when the store's closed. Have I?
It's like, hey, customers, hold on a second. Wait. I'm about to get a 300.
Now, have I thrown a turkey when the store's open? Yeah, sure. I've thrown many a turkey when the store's open, but I've never thrown it down the aisles like when the store's closed. I've thrown many a pumpkin when the store is open.
Absolutely.
Never when it's closed.
But the pumpkin's getting caught.
Yeah, sometimes. So I was tossing pumpkins. You build those big pumpkin displays.
Oh, 100%.
I one time was throwing pumpkins to the produce manager, and he was catching them and piling them up. And I was just going, one after another.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he did on his end, but he took his eye off the ball, and I just kept them coming because that's what one does.
Yeah.
I smacked him right in the side of his face. Luckily, the stem was facing out.
That's good. That could be dangerous.
That would have been a problem.
Oh, my gosh.
His face was a wreck for a little bit. But the pumpkin survived it, surprisingly. Those things are tough.
Pumpkin attack survivor.
Yeah, I've never bowled a turkey. I've raced the mark carts, those little mark carts.
Oh, I love that.
You got to drive them around a little bit, play a little hide and seek, kind of.
Yeah, grocery store Olympics. You got to.
Yeah, you got to
have the thing going.
Yeah. That's the perks of running grocery stores, and the store actually closes.
It's true story.
Which is very rare occurrence.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But
got to bring football. Sometimes football gets stuck up top somewhere.
Yeah, I've also thrown a football when the store's open, not just when it's closed. So
Why are you doing everything when the store's open?
we're always open,
Get the.
and sometime the time is right.
That's true. I'll give you that.
Man, 46 million turkeys, and you only really eat turkey.
It's like once a year.
It's like a one big push.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, I'm eating turkey sandwiches like throughout the year, maybe once a week, maybe, and it's the sliced deli. But actual like turkey, and turkey's not bad. Like I enjoy turkey.
A little bit dry.
Oh, a little dry. You got to have the gravy. You got to have like something there to kind of spice it up. But I don't know. One time, that's a lot of turkeys to only have once.
It is a lot of turkeys.
To only have once a year.
You ever been like close to a live turkey?
Oh yeah, Bennington. When I lived in Bennington, Nebraska, we used to have turkeys up the street. They'd just be running wild.
It's scary. They're giant.
Yeah, they're big.
And they're just gobbling.
Yeah.
Dude, when
were you around turkeys?
When I lived in Omaha, dude. So our backyard, we had that fence at the back. There's just turkeys walking back there. Yeah, it's scary. And then
you had train tracks. You think they'd be scared of that?
They were not.
Wow.
They're just walking. And, they can't fly. At least I believe they can't fly. I don't know. But I believe they can't fly. And so they do their little flutter thing, get like almost over my fence. I would like freak out, and then they just couldn't make it.
I think they can fly as well as you can jump.
I can jump pretty high.
Then they can fly pretty high.
this is a bunch of crap. I
Just
don't
saying.
know about this.
I'm just
Gosh,
saying.
Dang.
Yep, got
All
you
right.
there.
You did. I didn't like that at all. What
Yeah.
the hell?
Simpsons are still on. Looks good.
No, it does not look good. It's all stretched out and weird.
I got no issue.
Somebody report this. Can we call the cops?
You call the cops.
Somebody should fix this. I feel like we need to call the cops.
I'm not turning that off. I've seen. I don't. Man, it's been a long time since I've seen this episode.
Gosh.
Does Lisa like go to Washington or what? Is that
I
the
wanted
story?
to. Maybe. Maybe. It's been a while. Been a minute.
You're the Simpson. You're the resident Simpsons expert.
Well, it's on like mute. It's on mute.
Yeah, it's on
dude.
mute. We're recording a show.
I love the Simpsons.
The whole episode will get shut down for copyright if I start airing the episode.
Now we're worried about copyright.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes, she was just in front of the White House. So yes. Lisa
You
Simpson.
better be careful. It's going to be copyrighted.
Oh, Jesus. When I had Grant on, he was quite the Weezer expert. You're probably pretty close to Slipknot expert that I've ever met.
I love Slipknot. I only love Slipknot because you hated Slipknot.
I didn't hate Slipknot.
You
I just
did.
want to put that on the
No,
record.
you
that
hated
on the day that
Slipknot.
Iowa was released.
Oh, it's great.
Because I enjoyed the radio station I worked at. We played Wait and Bleed, and I was like, I like Wait and Bleed. It's a good song. So when Iowa comes out, I get Iowa. I pop it in the car. I'm listening to it, and I'm like, this is not for me. Instantly. I'm more.
Which we can all agree on.
I'm more of Sum 41, like Newfound Glory, like pop punk, but not for me. And I gave it to you, and you were just like, yeah, I love this, and you were a big Slipknot fan. But
so great.
Recently they just switched drummers from Weinberg.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell's up with that?
I don't know.
Like, what's Corey Taylor doing? Is it turning into the Beach Boys where it's just gonna be like him and just a cast of characters?
Dude, I think so. I think we're getting very quickly to Corey and Clown. And then once you get to Corey and Clown, one of them, you're going to lock them in a room, one of them's going to walk out, and it's going to get wild.
So, you think it was like one of those things where once one of them died, it was like, well, we've only lost one.
It's like the integrity is broken. We're just going to kind of cut.
Well, I mean, because once you cut the cord on one, it's not like they meant to do it.
Do we really need 9 of us?
But once one was gone, why can't we replace 6 others?
They replaced 6 others. But at this point, I think they replaced a third of them.
Yeah.
That's a bad deal.
Yeah. And they've already been through that whole, all right, well, we're taking a break. Like, this is kind of where we've been. But then they came back. So it was like, oh, okay, well, that's over. Now we're back as a band. Yeah, now they're definitely
They're in limbo,
getting
man.
close. It's so interesting because they're going to be that band. They're going to be Beach Boys. Like, what other bands like that? Like, there's so many bands that they just replace everybody except for the main guy, and they go on a tour and play the hits.
True.
And it's just so odd that Slipknot is becoming one of those bands, but we're getting to that, like, they're just one of those impactful bands from our era. So, like,
but it's one of those. But it's one of those things where it's like, if you listen or if you read their like early interviews, they're like, I think this might be our last album for like Iowa. Like Iowa might be their last album, and they made it like that. They were like, F all you guys. Here you go. Here's music. And the third album, this might be our last album. We don't want to do this. We want to just kind of, burn bright, be gone. And then here they are. How many years later? Would they start like 99 or so? So like. I think fame and getting paid kind of changes your thought process on things. Because I think album 3-ish Slipknot would have called it a day when they lost one member or when they all didn't agree on a direction. And now it's, like you say, Corey Taylor kind of getting everybody together, and here we go. So I don't know. I think people change, unfortunately, or fortunately, because you don't want to stay the same. But I don't know. Life's crazy. Life's a crazy journey, folks.
I can relate because I definitely at one point thought, well, this is the last gallon of milk I've ever stocked. And then they just kept paying me. And I'm like, well, damn. That
Guess
milk,
I better stock
that
another
milk
one.
money's too good to walk away from. So then here I am.
This is true.
Back in the dairy,
This is true. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah,
It's real life.
That is real life. That's
Gosh.
just kind of how the money tree falls. But
And the eggs, though.
I got no beef with the eggs. I've always been one with the eggs. I don't. Did you see there's like a lawsuit?
Yeah,
like
they won.
Yeah, they won that
Because
egg,
the egg
big egg.
peeps, yeah.
Big Egg was overcharging for eggs on in a big scam to drive the price up for years and years and years around peak egg times like
Peak egg
Easter
time.
and
Yeah.
the holidays. Yeah,
Can't do that.
Can you imagine? Are you surprised by this?
I'm not surprised by this.
I'm
I'm
not either.
disappointed by this, kind of like the Corey Taylor thing, because it's like you forget that we're all people, and you get blinded by like, I can get more money here. Like, nah, dude, you're all people. Be who you are. Don't sell out to anything else. Just be who you are,
Yep.
and life will work out fine. But yeah, that's wild, man. You were just ripping. The egg folks are just ripping folks off. People are just trying to buy bread, can't do it. Got to buy eggs for $9 a dozen or whatever it was, but. Dude, it's nuts.
Yeah, eggs. It's like one of those things, and it's just kind of like fuel, where the cost and the retail's constantly fluctuating, and once it goes up, it never quite really gets down. Like occasionally, you'll get the retailer that can run the deals that get it back down to 99 cents, and kind of really spike it. But otherwise, kind of once it's up there, it's not really going back down. And to hear that there was some shenanigans involved with it's frustrating.
It's
And
ridiculous.
a lot of people will not ever hear of this story, and that's the scary thing. But if they did, I mean, then you start to lose faith in the retailers that are selling you major commodities, which is not really fair. It's not like the retailers, like the ones that we work for, it's not like they were trying to connive you and steal money from you. I mean, we're as much of a victim of the process as anybody else, but man, it sucks.
It's tough.
It just
It's
sucks.
tough.
Yeah.
Trying to maintain the trust of the people, and they read these stories and they're like, "Oh, you're stealing from us." It's like, let me show you my costs.
Exactly.
Right now. Let's go.
I'll show you what I'm dealing with. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the grocery business. It's a penny business. For everything that's walking out the door, you've got X amount of problems that you're dealing with on the other side. And if you can just make pennies at the end of the day, you're happy. But when you really, really think about it, anybody who's looking at any grocer, and I hear this all the time, oh, they're making, all this money from us. Look at all the business they're doing. It's like, yeah, this business is hopefully paying for how many months that they're not making money, just to stay in business throughout the year. Because there's not that many grocers anymore. There's so many chains that just can't hang in a market. And really, that's in any industry. We were just talking about physical media. How many retailers just 10, 15, 20 years ago, there was full chains and stores competing against each other to sell the very thing we were just discussing that isn't available anymore.
Yep.
And how long until in the grocery business and the one that we're in, it's just going to cannibalize itself even further to that point. And it's like, it's the strongest survive. It's scary.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
But that's why, passion always comes through, right?
Yep.
Passion. Everybody can always tell when you're passionate about something, and I think that translates to customers. And kind of like, comedy. I mean,
Yeah.
when it's Topeka, and you could tell that, every comedian that stood up, it's like they really, felt and believed in what they're saying, and worked hard at what they do. And it's like, you want to support that kind of thing. That's what you want to back. That's what you want to support, and hope that those folks move on and do other things.
Yep. There was not one person in that room at Topeka that cared more about the thong song than me.
That's the truth.
That is the
That
truth.
is the truth.
That is the truth.
Dude, when you said on the last podcast, you're like, I quoted lyrics from that thong song. I'm just like, dude, I never knew that in my life. No one's ever known the words to the thong song. You just know Cisco and his like tiny silver hair just being like, thong, thong, thong. No one knows the other words.
I literally gave you the opening lines to the song in my joke.
No one knows that.
Well, I found that out.
No one knows that.
Well, I certainly found that out. And this is why you're supposed to work this stuff out in front of people before you go on stage, because I would have known no one's going to laugh because nobody's heard the song to the point that you have where they know every word. Like, that line should have crushed.
No one knows.
That's where I need a thong song crowd. Where's the thong song crowd?
Well, that song is 24 years old.
Yeah, it's up there.
So,
yeah, 24 years old, yeah.
Thong song crowd is retired.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm bringing it back. Cisco deserves a comeback. It's actually, when you really think about it, we're getting damn close to like a resurgence of Cisco if we're really kind of looking at what's old is new again.
Oh, man.
I mean, that's kind of where we're at.
That's
Either that or he's getting canceled because everybody else, look at freaking P. Diddy. He's in the news everywhere right now. He's getting canceled left and right, and he's trying to settle all these lawsuits faster than they're coming at him. And it's either he's going to come back and we're going to be singing thong song and everyone's going to get my joke.
Hold on.
Or he's going to get canceled. So that's kind of where we're at right now.
Is there only two options?
There's two options.
He can't just live quietly.
There is two options. That's it. There's two options in this world. It's either you get your comeback or you get canceled, and sometimes you get the comeback and then the cancellation.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
Sometimes that happens too.
That's true.
It's just that's where we're at. That's the beauty of social media.
Oh, I hate social
That's
media.
the beauty of social media is sometimes you can just take something you see and, make an instant reaction to it. Like I saw the headline about P. Diddy, and I'm like, that son of a bitch. Well, then he settled it. So maybe, all right, maybe it wasn't as bad as we thought, and it's okay, all right. And then 3 more came at him.
But hold on.
Yeah, he's probably a
Hold on.
bad dude.
I'll tell you this much.
But I didn't read the article.
That's what I was going to say.
I didn't read the article.
That's what I was going to say.
No.
I have no idea. I don't know anything about this P. Diddy situation at all. Not a clue. But I know that everybody lives their life based on headlines. No one reads anything or investigates anything. You're like, headline? Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yep. It's in 2024, and it may already be in 2023, but the most important people in the world are not the journalists anymore. It is not the writers. It is not the reporters. It's not the people creating the video media. It's not the news reporters. It's not the people you see on the hosting the nightly news. It is now the most important person in the world is whoever is creating your headline. Whether that is the writer or whether that is the editor, it is the headline writer that is now the most impactful person in the world.
It's terrible.
And you just heard that right here first.
Oh, my
on Laugh With
gosh.
Me, a podcast with Jeremy Odem. So we're going to put that everywhere, and we are going to just blow up from this credit, and I need someone to write a headline about this. It's not going to, sure shit, not going to be Johnny.
But X is trying to solve that by taking it away and just posting a picture. So, like, they're at least trying to help. So you're going to do all this, get a great headline. Somebody's going to share your article. It's just going to be a picture of you picking your nose or whatever.
Oh, is that why he changed the thing? With all right.
It confused me, though, because I just think it's a picture. I'm like, sweet. I don't know.
Well, you just need a good caption, and then I always do the little hand down emoji.
You love the hand
so
down.
that way people are like, oh, I'm reading your post, and then, oh, I should click this? Is that what the hand down? I should look at this? Click it? That's what people think when they see it. Is that what you think when you see it?
No, I always think you're trying to do the horns down, but you only get like half of it.
Not what I'm
I didn't
doing
know
at
it
all.
was something else.
No, that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
So I'm pointing down. Hey, do something with this. Not just look at it, probably.
That makes sense.
If I wanted you to just look at it, I just post a picture.
Yeah, I'm very confused by the pictures.
Yep.
Here we are, though. We made it. We're looking at pictures on Twitter.
It's an Instagram thing.
Dude, I don't understand Instagram. I'm like the oldest dude.
We started this show with you calling me the oldest dude.
Well, okay, you're literally the oldest dude. But I'm like, in spirit, the oldest dude. Because I don't like social media or understand the social media.
Have I not sold you on it by now?
No, you actually made me further hate social media. With your quick hot takes on stuff that you like just don't think about at all. You're like, oh, take that physical media, you turds, go to Blockbuster. Oh, the other day you're like, oh, Grant thinks about this all the time. Yeah, mother effer, we all think about how awesome Blockbuster was. And I get Blockbuster killed the small stores, but it was awesome on Friday night. You go to Little Caesars, you go to Blockbuster, it was great.
There was nothing better than on a Friday night getting your $5 hot and ready, going next door, going to Blockbuster,
Yeah.
walking that thing, because it was it wasn't just, I mean, a lot of times it wasn't just go in and get your movie. Like, it was fun to kind of look and see what was available, grab what you get. Sometimes there was some candy involved at the check stand and then, leave. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome. Snarky Twitter, Jeremy, is like, Blockbuster, take that, fools.
I didn't take a shot at Blockbuster. It was just more like, I just know for a fact Grant's thinking about Blockbuster every week.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, I don't every week. But when something comes back that reminds me of it, then certainly I think about it. I just remember, like, my fondest Blockbuster memory is I had like a week of vacation or maybe just a couple of days off. I don't know. And Ashley and we rented like the first disc because it was like, there you couldn't just rent a full season of a TV show. It was like disc 1 and it had like partial of the season, right?
You had to hope for
disc
the best.
1 of Sex and the City.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, we'll check it out. Everyone's talking about this show, right? And we try and we're like, we need more. I mean, they were short episodes. They're like 20 minutes. So we're cranking through them. Yeah. I don't know how many times we went to Blockbuster and we were like, get everything we can so we can like go and just binge it. I mean, we were.
Got to.
You heard it here first. We created binge watching.
Look at that. Right here on the podcast.
Right here on the podcast. We didn't know it yet, but we were binging before you could binge shows. We were binging them on DVD at the Blockbuster. So, I don't know. Ashley and I kind of created that. We invented it.
I'll give you the credit. But listen, everything you just explained is like folks getting paid and like living their life. You got people making the show.
Well, the fella making $5 an hour at the Blockbuster or what?
Actually, yes. But you got the people making the show, which goes to the physical media, which goes to the Blockbuster, and the guy making $5 at the Blockbuster, okay? And then it goes back to you, and you're re-renting all that. So Blockbuster's getting paid. Sex and the City folks are getting paid. Everybody's getting paid. Now it goes straight to streaming, and people may or may not know about it. And even if they know about it, no one's getting paid anyway. It's terrible. Here we are. This is depressing. We need shots. This is depressing. We don't actually need shots.
Are we doing shots?
Nope. Saw that look. Nope. Nope.
I had a twinkle in my eye.
Shut this down.
You didn't know that this episode's actually brought to you by Fireball.
Oh.
Yeah, so we could have Fireball shots within the minute if we really wanted them here in the studio. Today's episode is actually brought to you by Fireball. So,
all right, thank you, Fireball.
Yeah. Thank you, Fireball, for everything you've ever provided me.
Appreciate it.
A lot of many nights that I remember and a lot that I don't.
It's a real thing.
I just looked up at The Simpsons. I think we're still in the same episode, but they were eating a turkey.
It's a
and
new
I
episode.
thought that was relevant. Oh, is this a different episode?
That's a new episode.
All right, they were eating a turkey. Oh, yeah.
Flanders, he's got the left-hand store.
Oh, for lefties?
Yeah.
There's not that many lefties in the world.
Stupid Ned Flanders. Yeah, exactly. And why can't they learn how to use their right hand? Like, figure it out. It's 2023.
How did you and I both end up right-handed? Mom's lefty.
Mom's crazy. She's the one.
Hold on. Before you go further, does Mom listen to the show?
Mom, love you, Mom. But she's crazy because who uses their left hand?
I've used it from time to time, but it's the right that I enjoy the most.
It's my left arm. We're back. If my left hand got cut off, I wouldn't even know, I feel.
Nah, you'd know.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I got a guy that works in my frozen apartment. He's got this one good arm. And he knows it. Like, he tries real hard. That poor fella, he knows it.
Shout out to you, sir.
Yep.
Appreciate you. Sorry about that. I probably would notice. I take it back. I retract my statement.
Johnny, can you look up how many left-handed people we have in America?
Over under on 100,000.
Oh, Jesus. It's way over.
Left-handed?
Are you kidding me?
Have you ever met a left-handed just because Tua throws left-handed?
Just named one.
Oh, yeah.
And think about how many left-handed pitchers there are in baseball. There's at least 3 lefty quarterbacks in the NFL, right? Which would be 3 out of every
There's
32.
Like one. It's literally Tua. Who else you got?
All right, Tua. There's got to be 2 more. Give me 2 more.
No. Johnny, you look up that. He's given us this, though. He does not have a number.
He does not.
He's got a percent.
Oh, I'll take
What
a percent.
percent would you say?
I'll take a percent. I would say 15%.
Okay, so you're wrong.
Okay.
So it's apparently approximately 10% of people are left-handed.
I'm damn close.
No, you said
15.
15. That's
Yep.
way off.
Are you kidding me right now? 15 is damn close to 10.
No.
When you just said, I don't know anybody who uses their left hand, I think I'm pretty close. That's not that bad, honestly.
Here's the deal. No, because it's kind of like a weatherman. You know, when they're like, "There's a 10% chance of rain," that means it's really gonna rain. Like, how does that make sense? So I feel like that 5% is massive. So that's why you're way wrong.
You do know what the percentage in the rain means, right?
I'm just saying.
All right. So thank you, Johnny. Tua is actually the only left-handed quarterback in the NFL.
See,
So
there you go.
one out of every 32.
Johnny's got my
Okay.
back.
Well, that's
He
the
knows.
kind of data we look for here. Yeah, I'm making him work hard. He doesn't work hard usually when we have a guest.
Yeah, usually the guests don't talk Johnny at all. I'm trying to get this dude to earn his paycheck.
That's the
here.
difference of being in studio and being
that's
on the
fair.
phone.
That's true. That's true.
But what were we just talking about?
Left-handers suck. Tua sucks.
10%.
America's crazy. 10%.
Did you say 15? No, I said 15%. 10% is
10%'s real.
the actual, and that's in the world or in America?
It just said people. So we're gonna go with the world.
All right. Well, we'll take it.
All right.
We'll take it.
You sure? I think so. I think we're sure.
Okay.
Just saying.
So Joe Burrow's dead, huh?
Why you gotta say that? Joe Burrow did die,
Yeah.
for the record.
Yeah, he did.
But I feel like the Bengals aren't dead. So Bengals will not be in the bottom 5 ever again.
well,
They're gonna-
the bottom 5's dead currently.
They're gonna be. I'm aware.
Yeah.
I'm keenly aware.
Yep.
I keep checking.
I'll tell you one thing. Based on who no longer follows me and, in fact, blocked me on Twitter, I can tell you one person in particular that listens to this show after last week's episode, and he might be the CEO of TWSN.
Dang. I got you straight up blocked.
Yeah, he didn't like it, I guess, when I said the TWSN misses Matt's leadership. Matt Levine.
Dang.
Yep, nobody leaves him.
He can't
Only
be
people.
soft in this world.
No, you really
That's
can't.
how I feel.
Especially in that industry.
Yeah. No. If you got feelings, fucking figure it out. Sorry. Pardon. Can we cuss?
Oh, yeah, please do.
All right.
Fuck
Fucking
it.
figure it out.
Yep.
You can't have feelings.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Goodness
But,
gracious. We got to
Yeah.
get the bottom 5 back, though.
but the bottom 5 is coming back,
Okay.
and I'm going to be writing again. It's going to be, I'll tell you. I'll tell you
It's going to
tell
be
you what.
The Week is 5. Presented by CBS after Survivor every Wednesday. The Week is 5. It's fucking Justin Herbert's rib. It's number 1.
It's no longer the bottom 5. It's the weakest 5. And it's no longer the worst teams in the NFL. It's just, who does Jeremy not like this week?
I like that. Instead of the
Yep,
criteria, you're
but
solely
never-
going on vibes.
But, but isn't that sports media though? It's like, all right, who, because the Bengals were never not in it. Like,
Yeah.
even when they started, did they start 0-3 or was it just 1-2 or what was it?
I think they might have been 0-3.
Yeah. Even when they were 0-3, they were never not in it. They were never, oh my God, this season is a lost season. It was always, well, we know we have a quarterback. He's injured. Like, he's trying, but he's keeping us in games or he's keeping us afloat. And we're going to be okay. He's going to get healthy and we're going to figure it out. And everyone else is going to sort itself out, right?
Yeah.
And that's how they have started the last few years. And they made it all the way either to the Super Bowl or the AFC Championship game. It was never a lost thing. But that's not fun. The story and the fun is to say it's over and this team isn't going to make it. And that's what causes conversation
So
from
frustrating.
Monday to Sunday.
Don't you think that's wrong, though?
Yeah, but that's what's great about social media.
Oh, my God.
Yes, I'm telling you, that's what's great about social media is you can create the storyline. It's all about the storyline. You can create the narratives. And the bottom 5, yes, it was about the vibes. It was about what teams are just not quite feeling it today. and not necessarily what was bad on the field, because the Panthers honestly should have been in the bottom 3 all season long if we were looking really at like the worst teams. But they looked, for the most part, early on like a bad team that was getting better from week to week, and then things just completely fell off the cliff.
They're just so bad.
But they weren't like the Giants. Like they weren't,
Giants.
like they weren't the Bears at one point in the season. Like they're looking better, but they weren't the Bears at one point. So like the Patriots. The Patriots looked like a team that was just having bad luck there for a bit, and now we know they're just bad.
They're just
right?
terrible. Yeah.
I don't know. That's what's fun about those. That's what's great about social media is you can just kind of take something and just kind of run with it.
I'm going to destroy you. No social media. You're banned from social media. You're banned. These people in the media, though, they have a platform where they can make everyone smarter, and they actively choose not to, and it's very frustrating.
Wouldn't it be awesome if that was the point of some of these places, is to take,
I get it.
like to take something that they're very knowledgeable in and educate the audience to help them better understand what's happening, and they can be a better fan. Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be great.
But it's a whole lot more fun to just tear it all down and watch the flames.
It's not, though. It's not. I hate it. I hate it. Somebody shut it down. The Week is 5.
It's just like
starring the Chargers.
Yeah, it is right now. If we're talking vibes, it's the Chargers right now. They would have finally entered the bottom 5.
Yes.
That's the thing is the Chargers aren't that bad. It's the same old Chargers you've always seen. It's the same Chargers that you saw in the playoffs last year. That's what this team is. They're led by a quarterback that's playing at an MVP level, but he's not. You looking at me weird like he's not playing an MVP level. If we look at statistically,
he's good.
Him versus. All right, name a quarterback. Name 2
Statistically?
other quarterbacks who are playing at an MVP level right now. 2 quarterbacks, not Herbert. Name 2.
Dak Prescott. CJ Stroud.
And I'm just going to pretend.
Are you serious?
You did not just say CJ Stroud.
Are you serious?
MVP level?
Yes. Somebody, if you guys can hear me, smack Jeremy through the dang podcast, whatever you're listening to this thing
Nobody's.
on. Spotify if you're a day early. Apple if you're 4 days later.
Yeah, that's a good point. Spotify comes
CJ
out
Stroud.
early.
I can't believe you just
Tuesday
hated on-
nights at 6 o'clock Central. You can catch every new episode on Spotify, and then you'll hear it the next day, Wednesday, every day.
Wednesday.
You can find it on Apple.
I'll be there.
Soon we're going to be on Amazon. We're going to be on YouTube.
Jeez.
Yep. We're gonna be
What
on
if Amazon
Pornhub.
blocks you?
We're going to be on every platform you can find. Whatever you listen to your favorite show on, that's where we're going to be.
We're going to be there.
Yep.
With CJ Stroud stats.
Hold on. I'm looking up.
Because for some reason, Jeremy has not watched football all season long.
Oh, this is
crazy.
Literally all I do.
Crazy world we're living in.
That's my favorite thing to do is to watch football, and in particular, CJ Stroud. So we're going to look up CJ Stroud.
Oh, turns out he's been playing pretty dang well. Weird.
He is... All right. What category do we want to, compare him and everybody else up against?
It's the whole dang thing, dude.
The QB rate?
I don't think that's a real thing.
It's a thing.
No, it's not.
No, it really is.
I understand it's a thing. That doesn't mean it's an accurate thing.
All right, I screwed it up. Johnny!
Johnny! Come on, man. We make you work for one show and you're falling apart.
CJ Stroud has the 4th most passing yards this season.
Huh. Sounds pretty dang good.
But if that's how we're rating this, if that's how we're looking at it, here's the fellas ahead of him. Just ahead of him,
yes,
Jared Goff.
Ooh, pretty good. Pretty good.
Did you watch the game yesterday?
Yeah, he was airing it out.
He was.
He's been to a Super Bowl. Jared Goff.
He has. The guy. All right, so number 2 now. The one ahead of him, Tua.
Woo, left-handed.
Yep.
We just learned.
Yep, 1 every 32.
Yeah.
And then number 1, Sam Howell.
Oh, man. Actually, he's got Bieniemy behind him.
Yeah.
That's a real thing, man.
You love Bieniemy.
I don't know what to say.
But to what you were saying, CJ Stroud, the fella just behind him in passing yards is Dak Prescott.
Okay. So there's your 2 MVPs. Where's Herbert? Herbert.
He's a few down. It goes Prescott,
Huh.
Josh Allen, Brock Purdy, Patrick Mahomes, and then Justin Herbert.
Behind Brock Purdy
Now,
from Iowa State?
remember,
Just shucking corn.
here's
Goodness.
something I want you to put in consideration.
Okay. That hair don't make
Tua,
it throw yards.
Jared Goff, Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy have all played a game this week, and Herbert hasn't. That is factored into this.
All I'm saying is
So
Herbert, little B.
So he'll
Won't
climb the
be.
charts. He'll climb the charts.
Will he though?
Yes,
Or is
he
he gonna
will.
be like, oh my rib, I cannot throw the ball.
His ribs
My
are fine.
rib."
His ribs are fine. He broke his middle finger on his non-throwing hand this year.
Okay,
That's the big injury this year.
I guess.
But you're right. Last year he played the entire season with not the broken rib, but broken rib cartilage, which some would say is worse.
Joe Burrow won a natty with broken rib cartilage.
Joe Burrow. What's the injury that put Burrow down for good?
Oh man,
Well,
he
put Bambi down.
shredded a tendon in his dang wrist.
Oh no!
Can't grip a football.
Oh no!
Can't grip a football.
I can't throw a football.
He can't grip a football, and he was out stretching with the team this morning. That's
Oh
a dude.
dang! I
That's a
stretch
dude.
every morning. No, I don't, and I still go to work and do my job. So, what's up? Sometimes I do go. Oh, I should have stretched, and I don't, and I still manage to get through the day.
Well,
And I do a lot of physical labor, you
I
know.
don't know. You're not like peak athlete though.
I'm not peak athlete.
Yeah,
Am I athletic? Yeah.
debatable.
No, I'm athletic. I could go ball right now.
Yeah,
I could.
I saw a hoop in the driveway.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll move a car. I can ball.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. We might find out.
I'll dunk on a hoe if I have
That's
to. Like, let's hoop it up. Like, I love a good game at 21. I've got some shoes.
I'm glad to hear you have shoes. I'm very excited about this. You're gonna
No,
roll
I'm
up like
not.
Sandler in like sweatpants and just.
Gosh, that would be the best. Like you're just balling, and then here comes Adam Sandler. He's like, hey, whoop-a-doo-doo-doo-doo. I just want to play a game, and it's like, yeah,
That would be the
I'll
best.
ball with you. But here's the thing: if I tore the tendon in my wrist, I'm pretty sure I'm still stocking the eggs.
I don't think so.
No,
No, I think you'd be out for a minute.
you think?
Yeah, you get the surgery.
Mm.
See, some of us are doctors on the side.
You are?
Yes,
Oh,
that's why they call me Dr. Kyle. So,
nobody's ever called you doctor.
maybe. So, yeah, you'd be out for a minute, but it's fine. It's fine. If you want to downplay, Super Bowl, AFC Championship, it's fine.
He's never won a Super Bowl.
Ben 2. Ben 2 with the worst O-line of all time.
I've attended an AFC Championship game. Can I put that on my resume?
Yeah, because that was awesome.
It was awesome.
That was way awesome.
That was awesome.
I was looking forward to that again this year. So here's what's going to happen. Next year, Chargers get a new coach. Bengals are back. Bengals basically go undefeated. Host the AFC Championship. Chargers, AFC Championship. Cincinnati. We go. Bengals win. Everybody's happy.
Because you're a season ticket holder of the Cincinnati Bengals at that point.
Something like that.
Is that what we talked about?
Something like that. Working on it currently.
So you would have first access to playoff tickets?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely be down to see the Chargers win in the AFC Championship.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I
'Cause
don't know
then-
about win, but
Because then I've attended an away game with you
Yep.
and watch your team head to the Super Bowl, and you
Could
could
do it
do the
again.
same for me, and I could go to an away game and
we could do it again.
watch your
Watch
team.
the Bengals go to the Super Bowl. Maybe you just have like like reincarnation. Maybe like this is Phillip Rivers reincarnated is Justin Herbert. So like he
Sure
could
feels like it.
get almost there.
Philip's not even dead. I thought you have to be dead to be reincarnated.
He's still having kids.
Who killed Phil? Guess we haven't seen him in a bit. He's had another kid. He's got 10 kids.
He does have 10 kids, which is
10
wild.
kids.
He does.
I've got 2. That's a lot. Where would you put him?
That's a lot, dude. He's got to have a big house.
He's got to, right? Or do you think he's
Yeah.
just got a lot of bunk beds?
Probably both.
Dang.
Gotta have both. He played a lot of years too, so he's got a big house for sure.
Do you remember when we were kids? We went to like mom and dad's like aunt and uncle's like house. It was like a hunting house.
Yeah,
in
St.
Missouri.
Louis.
Yeah. And they had those rooms, and it was just bunk beds.
Yeah.
Do you think that's what Phil's got?
I think that might have actually been Philip Rivers' house. He was planning ahead, and we were just his guests.
Yeah.
I think that's what
and
happened.
his kids just living in these rooms full of bunk beds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened.
And then they've got a chef that just creates morning rush for breakfast.
Yeah.
Morning rush, dinner rush. The school system will take care of lunch.
You got to be ready. They'll charge you, and they'll say you're in debt.
The poor guy's not dead.
Yeah. You got Herbert, though.
I don't know if you saw this. Did you see the latest on Drew Brees?
I don't know. I saw a picture, and the quote was like, "My right arm's dead," or something.
His right arm's dead. Yeah.
What does that mean?
He cannot throw football. He's throwing with his left now because his right arm's dead.
He's like,
he can't
I'd still
do
be
it.
Playing, but my right arm's dead ever
Yep.
since my surgery.
He's in too much pain. Yeah,
But he played
it's
for the
just not
Saints
right.
after his surgery.
He did. He gave every last pass he had in him.
Is that true, though?
Yeah, that's true. His right arm, he's got no more. He's like the next Tua, though, if he keeps working on that left. I think he could play in the league.
I just don't. He played very well. If this whole shoulder
Yeah,
thing is a real thing, he played very well with a busted shoulder.
He did. But he had like a million weapons around him too, where he was taking advantage of.
Oh my god,
he's super smart.
Okay.
He's super smart. Like he can read the defense and hit. You know, he's not getting sacked.
Unlike Herbert,
you know,
yeah.
Herbert. The difference between Brees and Brees can run a little bit, but not like Herbert can.
Yeah, no.
Herbert will drop 70 rushing
Herbert
in a
doesn't
heartbeat.
run.
Are you kidding me?
He's like, I don't want to mess up my hair. Let me stand in this pocket. I'm too tall.
He's the same fellow that shaved his head his rookie year.
That was weird, dude.
It was weird.
That was just awkward.
That was bad advice.
Yeah.
He had a teammate that said you should shave your head, and you did it. Like, dude,
That's how that happened?
Yeah, that's how that happened.
Oh, that's bad.
It wasn't smart.
So he needs to think through.
He
his
grew it out. I
decisions.
mean, he's back, but
yeah.
he ran in college in Oregon. He was 70 yards a game here. It's no big deal. He's like Michael Vick out there. It's like Justin Herbert experience. They're gonna make a whole commercial about it.
That's how they're gonna do.
Yeah.
He doesn't talk though. So
he
silent
talks
commercial,
plenty.
silent film.
You've seen him in commercials. He does a couple with like Patrick Mahomes. I couldn't tell you the brand.
He goes at the end.
He might say something like that. He does the hair commercials too. The shampoo. What's that one?
I've never
Head
seen
and
him in a hair
Shoulders?
commercial.
I'm pretty sure he's Head and Shoulders.
Is it just silent and at the end he goes?
You know, for Christmas last year, I got Justin Herbert soap.
He has soap.
Yeah, like a bar of soap. Like, you know that Sasquatch brand?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has like a own Justin Herbert bar.
Wow.
Yeah, it was good.
Smell like victory
I used it up.
or near victory.
Yeah, it was like I was clean for most of the day.
And then at the end it just all fell apart.
It smelled like shit.
What is happening? I thought we had this day sewn up.
And that was the thing. It was shocking every single time. Yep.
I like it.
Yep.
And then you had to do a press conference at the end of each day.
Yeah,
and
I
you're
did.
like, I felt like we didn't lose because of what we did. The process is good. The process is there.
Yep. Don't ask me again about that. Poor
I like
guy.
it. I like it.
I love the Bolts. What's this episode? I think we're on a new episode now. Oh, no. Yeah,
Yeah.
this one didn't age well. We got an Indian smoking weed. What is that? What that is?
I think
He
this
looks like the
might-
Cleveland
Yeah,
Indian.
that's what I was just gonna say. He looks exactly like Cleveland.
Oh,
Indians.
it's Bart. He's in the principal's office again.
Oh, the Cleveland Guardians. Is this? I don't think it is. I was hoping it was the Tamaco episode. That's a great one.
Sure looks like it would be.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, what are they working on? See, it's on mute. There's a naked kid running around. That's weird.
They're making chocolate bars.
They are making chocolate bars.
Oh,
Millhouse.
dropping his glasses in the chocolate. Oh no!
I know. This
It's
episode
like-
would be so bomb if it wasn't stretched out.
Is this like Willy Wonka, like spinoff?
Sure feels like it.
Did The Simpsons do a lot of that in the early days? Did they rip off like shows. They take Willy Wonka and
kinda.
make it an episode.
Kind of. Like,
don't remember
so
a lot of these early
Conan.
episodes.
Well, Conan is like famous for the monorail episode, which is really just like a rip off of, what's that movie? The movie where the shyster goes in and sells the music.
Fast and Furious.
Not Fast and Furious Family. No, it's a dang thing.
Twister.
Gosh. The Music Man.
Godfather.
The Music Man.
Oh, Music Man. I
Yeah.
was in the wrong ballpark.
Yeah, you have no idea. But it's kind of that. So, like, you kind of rip off stuff, and you're like, here it is. And it's great. And then Conan just gets jobs for decades after that. So that's how it works.
I got no beef with Conan.
Didn't say you did.
Do you? What about NBC still sending out emails to their former employees though? Like,
Oh, dude, that was the weirdest
that's
thing
how
I've heard.
that's how Stephanie found out she won the Emmy.
Yeah, that was so
So-
weird.
I mean,
That's so weird.
Conan was getting emails. Had to have, right?
100%.
Had to have.
You think Conan was like, I won an Emmy? And they had to be like, no, Stephanie. No, Stephanie won the Emmy. You go away, Conan. You're gone. We're done with you.
Yep.
Dude.
Best we can do, you can host. You can hand out the Emmy.
Conan's a good dude.
Yeah. Oh, you know him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh. Well, shit.
You haven't met?
No.
What?
It's Conan O'Brien.
We go way back.
Hmm.
Me and his drummer, and his drummer's son gets
His drummer's
fired
son.
from Slipknot.
He's on Slipknot, yeah.
Yeah, it's full circle.
We never did talk about that. We just talked about Slipknot becoming carnies. But
It's true.
the drummer Weinberg,
Weinberg.
Max's son. Max was the drummer for Conan's late night show. He just got fired from Slipknot unceremoniously.
Terrible.
But apparently that's not a big deal because he did. What band did he do this to? Weinberg?
Against Me.
Against Me. Oh, I love
Like
Against Me.
one of the
Yeah.
one of the greatest bands. And
Yeah.
he's just like, all right, peace out, going to Slipknot. And they're like, what? You can't even tell us? You're just gonna tweet about it, and we're just gonna read that?
Yeah, and then Slipknot kind of did that back to him.
Yeah, they did.
That's too bad. How long was he with Slipknot?
Awesome. Long time, like 8 years, 9 years, something like that. I want to say 9 years.
Wow.
Long time,
Yeah.
like a decade.
Is that the member that died? The drummer?
He did, but Weinberg took over before he was dead, so it was kind of controversial when he joined the band. But
So Weinberg killed him.
but he did
Is
not
that-
kill him. He was going through some things where he couldn't like his body was letting him down, so they kind of had to move on. But I don't think they did that very well. And so the Weinberg was in there, and he's just crushing it. He's just
This is now a
incredible
true
drummer.
crime podcast.
Yeah, we need to get some true crime stuff going on
Yeah,
here.
this is now considered a true crime doc.
But then Joey died, and it's a sad day.
Dang. Do you think he died because he got replaced with Slipknot?
Dude,
Did he join another band?
I want to say no, but honestly, maybe.
It's kind of like when your mate dies.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Like your whole
Yeah.
purpose in life is over, so then you just kind of shut down. It's a real thing.
That's too bad.
I know. So don't ever end the podcast, or you're dead.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth?
You thought the Crohn's was gonna get me. Instead,
Yep.
it's the podcast.
You can never turn the mics off in here. Unless I end up doing a show from an actual studio, and then I'm fucked because, they could shut the lights off.
Oof.
Here, I mean, what are you going to do? It's my home.
That's why you gotta own all your stuff.
I do.
You gotta be your own person.
Yeah.
Never sell out.
Nope. I'm never going to sell out unless the dollars talk.
Well, then you sell out.
I'll
Everyone
sell out
knows
in a
that.
heartbeat.
Oh, 100%.
I'll sell out in a heartbeat.
Then you sell out.
You know who should have sold out, never did?
Who's that?
No Effects.
No.
100%.
No.
100%.
But they got everything they ever wanted on their own terms. It's
Did
great.
they?
Yeah, 100%.
You don't think Fat Mike right
just-
now on his
We just traded
farewell
100%.
tour is thinking we could have had it all?
No, I think they had it all.
Really?
Yes, they decided their own farewell tour.
He looks homeless. Is he okay?
That's
Are
his
things
own
all
look.
right?
That's just his look.
All right.
He's good.
Just making sure he's all right.
He's
I've been watching
good.
some of his TikToks, and he just doesn't look like he's doing okay.
That's just what you look like after a hard
And I
life. Hard life.
but I believe in his talent, and I'm a big fan of his.
It's a hard life.
And I'm concerned for him.
No, he's doing great.
Okay.
He's doing more than ever.
Is he?
Yeah, he's got the Punk Rock Museum. He's running that thing.
Oh.
He's putting together a lot of projects. He's got the co-defendants. He's writing and producing songs instead of like performing them. He's working on a NoFX album called like A to Z because he's like titled these songs like A to Z. So he's gonna have the song starts with A, song starts with B.
Is it like a children's album? That makes sense.
I'm gonna kick you. No,
Oh.
I'm gonna kick you. Anyway, Fat Mike is a legend. Don't you ever hate on him.
He is a legend. I'm not hating on him. He just doesn't look well.
He's
but-
doing great.
Okay.
It's a hard life, that
It-
punk life.
Well, right. And you know what'll make it better? Selling
Selling
out a
out.
whole bunch of money.
He owns his record label. That's kind of like selling out.
Yeah. All right.
A little bit.
Is that why the band's breaking up? Because he's just too busy?
No, he's just like, I'm done. He's like, we've done this for so long. We're done. It's over. I'm done.
Hmm.
Which is honorable.
It is. I actually appreciate that.
Because you see folks who keep it going, and you're like, I kind of wish you didn't keep that going.
Yeah. Rolling Stones. So, like,
Exactly.
and at this point, if they call on their own terms, I mean, in 5 years, 10 years, they want to come back.
No, they're never coming back.
Oh, this is it.
This is it.
This isn't going to be like a pro wrestling gimmick.
Nope.
Oh.
It's done.
So done.
One retirement.
One retirement tour that lasts 3 years.
Yep.
And then they'll call it
We
good.
got to milk it for all it's worth.
Well, I love like like I was saying, I was watching his TikToks, and he's just like naming off the cities that they're gonna be coming up to, and he's just like, I'm telling you, if you live there, this is your last time to see us there, because I won't vacation there. Like, I won't be back for any reason other than this, and this is over. So.
That is awesome.
And I love everything about that, because it's probably so true. Like, he's being honest.
Yeah, dude.
He's not going to come visit you again.
No, he's done. He's done. Which is cool. I think that's cool to just be like, all right, I'm done with this. Move on to the next chapter.
So they're not going to do other bands?
He's in other bands. Like the Co-Defendants. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know that they're going to like tour. Or if they do tour. I don't know. I think he's kind of done with that. I think he's excited to work with other musicians, help other musicians. I think he's kind of done with the old, traveling all the time, playing all the shows.
I feel like he's not trying to, but he is following kind of the path of, I'm going to be a producer and promoter, and just kind of in that realm. And yeah, sure, I'll pop up on stage from time to time, you know, but
Absolutely.
I'm done as like the
100%.
the traveling musician, and
Yeah.
there's nothing
He
wrong
wrote
with
that song that Blink-182 almost did, and then they found out he wrote it, and they were like, nah.
Yeah, and that's where I think about that. I do. I actually that was
Yeah.
kind of the thought in my brain when I asked you the question of do you think NoFX wishes they would have sold out, because like it was a credibility thing, right? Isn't that kind of a lot of it with when you're Blink-182, and it's like, all right, well, I mean, if Offspring would have written that song, would Blink have been like, oh, here we go, like, or would they have been like, no, we want our own like voice to it? I don't know. I thought that was interesting, but as soon as they heard Fat Mike was involved, wrote that song, they dropped it, and it was going to be on their album. Yeah.
Weird deal.
Yep.
Fat Mike's the man.
He
Everybody
is.
can just accept his songs.
I enjoy his music, and I always have. And I don't know. I just wondered. He doesn't look well.
Oh
so.
my gosh, he's well.
Where
He's
is he
doing
living?
Great. Probably freaking California. Where does he live in California? I don't know. L.A. probably.
There's a lot of alleys.
There's a lot of alleys.
Poor guy.
Is he hanging out in the alleys?
I don't know. He looks
think
like
so.
it.
Leave him alone. He's very busy.
I'm just kidding. I love
He's
Fat Mike.
very busy. God.
What else you got going on? Are you promoting anything? What are you doing on the show?
No, leave me alone. Stay away from me, everybody.
Did I hound you to promote something last
Just let
time?
me sit in the corner and die. Don't follow me on anything. Don't try to make me do anything.
Don't.
I just wanna live quietly.
I had, after I had you on the last time, I've had a lot of people say that they enjoyed your episode and they wanted to hear more from Kyle. So I think there's going to be people that are going to enjoy this episode because you were on. But.
Those people were very kind and lied to you, which is fine.
Well, a lot of people do.
Yeah.
So.
See, there you go.
Yep. So this is the part of the show where I run some new joke ideas
All right.
past you. So we'll see if I have anything. Laugh if it's funny. If it, if maybe we can work on it. Maybe it can be better.
Okay.
We'll see if I have anything. But I really hate this time of year. You start to hear from. I'm sure you can relate to this. You start to hear from a lot of folks that you haven't heard from in a while.
Oh yeah.
A lot of them asking for money, constantly, Old Navy, Best Buy, Dillard's, fucking Target, always with the emails, just like, hey, just checking in. Black Friday's here. It's that time of year, 15% off, 20% off. You don't want to miss it. You don't hear from them all year. And then now my inbox is just filled with important messages that I just can't miss.
There's something there.
You think I got
There's
something there?
something there.
Yeah.
You gotta work through it.
Yeah, I'm working on
But
it.
I do like that.
All right.
Mainly because I got straight up taken by that today.
Yeah.
Like, this company hit me with an email. I was like, I have to buy that. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I haven't seen anything from this company in a year, but I'm buying that right now.
That's the thing.
I like it.
I do get, the advertisements from time to time. Usually it's like as soon as I do buy something from somebody, then you start to get them. And but it's current, it's whatever. It's top of mind. Man, I will not hear from these folks all year, and I will forget about that I ever bought anything from them. But you get to like November, you get to Black Friday, and all hell breaks loose. It's got to be like a special list.
It's a real thing. Taking all your dollars.
Freaking sucks. All right. So how people are just dumber today.
It's truth.
And I don't think there's any place that's more relevant and more obvious that we're getting dumber than if you go to Hobby Lobby and you look at the kind of decor that's popular and what's available to you. It's like people's decor anymore is just instructions on what you're doing, where you're standing. For a laundry room, it'll say dry, a sign that says dry, and a sign that says wash. Fucking everyone in their kitchen has a sign that says kitchen. I know I'm in the fucking kitchen. How dumb are we now that we have to have our decor tell us what we're doing?
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? Is that good? All right.
True.
So maybe I got something there.
True.
All
I
right.
have the same thoughts while seeing those signs. It makes no sense. I love it.
Just
I love
walking around Hobby Lobby, and I'm like, what are we doing?
I used to be like, it doesn't get worse than lift, left, love. And then
No, it got worse.
It did get worse. It did get worse.
It got worse.
I like it. I like it.
That's good stuff.
That's pretty good. You got some good stuff.
Thank you. I'm working on it.
I got to see this stuff fully fleshed out in Topeka.
I'll come back. I'll tell you what. That wasn't my last time in Topeka, Kansas.
Okay.
I'll tell you that right now. I will.
December 16th in Topeka, Kansas. Just kidding. Very top secret, super secret announcement. But when it's announced, you will know. Did I do it?
That would have been funny if I had then had a show announcement, but no, there's no show announcement.
Man.
But I will be back in Topeka, Kansas, and hopefully it smells better the next time I come by.
Dude, it was
when we left, what was that?
I don't know. It was painful though. I don't know what happens in Topeka. I usually just drive through, but you were like, you got to stop in Topeka this night. So I did, and it smelled.
It smelled terribly.
It smelled so bad.
Did you notice it when we walked in?
Nope.
I didn't either.
Nope. It was sketch when we walked in, but it was smelly when we left. Yeah, there's a difference.
Yeah, what was sketch? It was dark out. I don't.
Topeka. Just Topeka itself. You just get vibes.
Was it
you
me
drive
walking
through
up to your
Manhattan-
car?
You drive through Manhattan and you're like, good vibes. You drive through Lawrence and you're like, good vibes. Drive through Topeka and you're like, how quickly can I get through this?
Nice. Yeah. All right.
Vibes.
I
They'd
enjoyed
be in the weakest 5. Topeka.
Oh, of Kansas towns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. Yeah, Wichita's a good one.
Wichita's good.
Yeah.
Been there once.
I
Seen
got
Tyreek Hill.
zero beef with Wichita.
Yeah.
They have a nice, like, I don't know, it's like one of those bars that has, like, the pickleball courts. That was fun.
Yeah, that'd be a good time.
Yeah. But I'll be back at Topeka sometime, and I'll do that joke for you. The Hobby Lobby joke.
That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
what I'll call it now, the Hobby Lobby joke.
I'm going to laugh.
And I hope so.
I'll laugh with you.
But
I'm
Hey-o.
We made it.
We did. All right, you promoting anything today? Or
No!
how'd you end up here on the show?
I don't know. I drove here on accident. Here I am. Just let me live.
All right.
Don't follow me. Please forget I exist after this episode. That's all I got.
While we were recording, we missed the debut of Arch Manning playing football for Texas.
Oh, no way. Are they up by
Yeah.
that many points?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Horns
Yep.
down.
Yeah, we missed Arch Manning.
Dang it.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Well, maybe next time.
Best
huh?
of luck to him.
Yeah, I guess we'll see whatever school he transferred to.
Oh, 57-7. They were up by that many points.
Yeah,
Whew. Okay,
but then for him to play,
absolutely.
yeah.
He didn't throw any touchdowns. That's unfortunate.
Is that what you didn't base that on C.J. Stroud? It was all passing yards. What do you do for passing yards?
Look up CJ Stroud's touchdowns. Johnny.
Can't be much.
Oh my God. You watch football?
Yeah, I watch a lot of games. Here, I'm gonna look it up. I'm right here. 17 touchdowns he has on the season. Who has more than that? Let's see. Tua with 22. Dak Prescott with 23. Josh Allen's got 22. CJ Stroud's got 17. Jared Goff's got 18. Sam Howell has 18. Herbert's got 19. Mahomes has got 19. He's not even in the top half of the league.
17 touchdowns. To
Kirk Cousins
5
has 18, and that
interceptions.
fella hasn't played in weeks.
17 touchdowns to 5 interceptions for a rookie. That's awesome.
Piece
That
of
is
shit.
Incredible. Almost 3,000 passing yards. This kid is just.
It's one of the worst in the league.
He is awesome. If the Panthers would have took CJ Stroud, whew,
You think that's the difference?
nah, I think it's a combo of ability and coaching. Yeah, Texans got it going on.
I'm cutting this out of the show.
As you should.